This WVU basketball report from the NCAA tournament in Columbus, Ohio is brought to you by BrickStreet Insurance. Your business, your people, you're covered. Here in Columbus, it's a day of practice for the Mountaineers. West Virginia getting set to take on the Maryland Terrapins late tomorrow night. For West Virginia, the players slept well after defeating the University of Buffalo, but not the coaching staff. This time of the year, the Mountaineers staff literally stays up all night going through game tapes. And Jay, now West Virginia's coaches have a good look at Maryland, and they come away with a lot of respect for this Terrapin team.
Well, they do, Tony, and I think there's three players that they must count on right away to challenge, and that is Melo Trimble, the guard. Very, very good. A freshman can do a lot of things for you. He sets the tempo for this team. Des Wells, a point forward. It can do a lot of things. Get to the rim, pass the basketball well. A key for their team as a senior. And then Jake Lehman, a shooter. But last night, Lehman only took one shot in this game. Look for him to be more of a scorer in the game against West Virginia.
So besides practicing here inside Nationwide Arena today, members of the Mountaineer basketball team also had an opportunity to speak to the media. For West Virginia, seniors Gary Brown and Juwan Staten were at the podium.
And watched half of their game yesterday. We watched some film on them, but, I mean, they've been on TV a number of times this year, so we've got to see them a couple times. But, you know, they're a great team. You know, they play in a great conference, but we noticed that they like to keep their pace. You know, they play at a pretty nice pace. They don't really like to get out of control. So, you know, we want to speed this game up and, you know, make it into one of our type of games. Gary?
Yeah, I feel like he said it all, but at the same time, we watch him. There's one thing that we got to make sure that we do. We keep the ball away from their guard, Trimble, and that'll be a big key for us right there.
Well, after the tandem of seniors were at the podium, then Bob Huggins took to the floor, and besides talking a little bit about Maryland and West Virginia, obviously you always have to have the guy that asks the weird question. It was about what Bob Huggins wears during games.
When did you decide to go away from suits on the sidelines, and why?
Well, why? Because I'm not a banker. Well, when did it start? I used to dress really nice, by the way. If y'all dig up some old pictures, pretty good looking guy. I don't know who we were playing, but I was at Cincinnati, and I went in at halftime, and I was soaking wet. I mean, I was soaked all through my shirt, my suit coat, pants, and everything else. And I told the equipment guy, go get me something to wear, and he brought a pullover out. So I put the pullover on and coached the second half in a pullover, and then my athletic director came in and said, you know, you look really good in a pullover. He said, I think that's what coaches should wear. So I got the green light now. So I started wearing, you know, a pullover, and that worked out pretty well till I got a new president. And then I found out that my athletic director told the president, he told me I should wear a suit. You know, and so I'm at the point in time in my life now, man. I'm on the downhill. I've been doing this a long, long time, and I'm gonna be comfortable. You know.
Why follow the same tradition as everybody else? You know, create your own. You know, I like it. Especially the way he coaches. You know, he's going to do a lot of sweating, so why mess up a good suit?
Despite the fact that West Virginia is playing in the Eastern time zone, WVU gets a very late start to this game. It's scheduled for 8:40, but there's one in front of them, Oklahoma and Dayton. Literally, it could be 9 o'clock before the Mountaineers tip this one off. When they do, give me your keys to the game.
All right, Tony, I think first of all, you've got to get this team to play faster than they normally play. Maryland is a tempo team led by Trimble, and he will control everything with the basketball. You've got to stop their three-point shooting. You've got to guard them out there, and you have to rebound the basketball.
Yeah, physically they are a very big time. Our coverage on the Mountaineer Sports Network scheduled to begin at 8 o'clock. Tip-off somewhere between 8:40, 8:45, maybe all the way to 9 o'clock. West Virginia and the Maryland Terrapins, a border battle coming up. Along with Jay Jacobs, I'm Tony Caridi here on WVUSports.com. This WVU basketball report from the NCAA tournament in Columbus, Ohio, has been brought to you by BrickStreet Insurance. Your business, your people, you're covered.